Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 12:30, 22. That's right, it's almost New Year. So let's start off with this New Year with a bang. Today's Friday. Well, before I get into anything, it really pisses me off. There's a guy I like to talk to on the weekends. He's not a flat earther. He owns a small business. And, I go over there and I throw some ideas at him, just bounce them off, like ideas like, the craziness of what the scientists tell our children right now, of how we're moving in space at this velocity and this incredible speed, and nobody has any evidence or proof of it. There's no movement of the stars at all over thousands of years and nothing like that. But, the scientists will come up with excuses like, for example, well, it's too big. And it doesn't matter how fast you're moving. You'll never see any of the stars move or the constellations change. That's it. And then the people will buy that. It's so incredibly stupid for somebody to buy that and not understand that if we were in this imaginary Walt Disney World that they've created for you, you wouldn't see any stars at all move. You wouldn't see a constellation once in a while move, maybe over here, shift there, shift there. No. Why would you? Why would you even... Oh, you see, that's right, because you can't see the stars in space anyway. That's right. I forgot about that. When you're in space, you can't see the stars anyway. So what the fuck does it make a difference, right? Am I right? Just busting balls today. Little fuckers. So anyway, I throw some ideas at him. Then he'll throw me the basics, the rudimentary nonsense that you'll get with the people that are... and where I used to be too, thinking we live on this spinning wet ball in space and everything. What about the shadows? Doesn't that prove that we live on a ball? See, now that's what I love about the shadows. If you take a flashlight, a small little light like that, you can make shadows all day long. You can even make a toy soldier the size of a van, if you'd like. But the problem is, people actually believe that the experiments that they've done thousands of years ago with shadows and bullshit like that proves the size of the sun. Do you realize the sun, if it was exactly what it said it is, it would take up the whole fucking sky, for crying out loud. There wouldn't be little rays coming out over here. There wouldn't be rays coming out over there or forming a perfect pyramid when the sun's up there. That would be impossible if it was a star 93 million miles away. And how would you even know it anyway to begin with? You've never seen a star before up there. You've been told they're stars. You've been to think that they're stars, but you've never seen a star. You don't know what a star is. You've seen little lights up in the sky. That's all they are. An imaginary fucking light show. That's it. You've seen pictures that NASA has produced in books. For you, that's a star. That's right. Look at it. That's a star. And you know what? Amazingly enough, it's the same size as the moon. That's how we get the solar eclipse. Isn't that amazing? We just happen to be here living at this just right moment in the Goldilocks section of our solar system where everything is the same size when they form an eclipse. It really, it's outstanding. You're not some insignificant little fucking insect on a spinning wet ball. And it's funny. So I come up with those ideas. Not ideas, these are truths. And then the seasons are the best thing. What about the seasons? That proves that that's 93 million miles away. And I'm like, well, how? How does that prove shit? That proves nothing. That proves that this is local and small. Probably not even more than 75 miles, maybe 100 miles. Large, if that. And if you look at it at a grand scale, you see some scales of, our flat Earth model, and you see this little yellow dot. But no, that's not the size of what it would be. It would be the size of a pinhead. But we just have it like that so people can get the perspective of looking at a flat Earth with the sun going around it like this and the moon going around it like that. But in reality, if you could ever get up there, which you can't because it's a fucking dome up there, so, the creator created it to a point where I don't think you can actually see the entire area that we live on. No, because if that's 100 miles up there, 200 miles up there, you're not high enough to see it, But maybe that's the reason the creator created a dome for us, or protect us from water, or protect us from something. We're not really quite sure. But so, none of that, it's totally irrelevant. The size makes no difference with shadows, with weather. Not with weather, with, winter, summer, spring. It has nothing to do with it at all. Actually, our model works much better than the model of this supposed huge sun that's 400 times larger than this spinning wet ball that you live on, that you've been told. It's ridiculous. Little ideas like that. So last weekend, his dad was there. Oof. Now remember, this is the generation that grew up with Apollo 11. That's right. Okay? They didn't need to see it on the television. All you had to do is just listen to the radio, and they tell you, look, we landed on the moon. It's incredible. I can't believe it. I don't see any stars. How deep is it? No problem with air at all like that. I would be scared shitless getting off of this rinky-dink little space shuttle, and I'd be worried about, what about the air? How much air do you have? No problem with that. Shadows are all over the place. The pictures are all fucked up, and it gets worse. And then when you go down to Apollo 17, at that point, they're just fucking with you. They're like, what can we put out? What more shit can we put out there? I mean, obviously they believe it. Either they're not watching anymore, which they're probably not, because they're watching I Love Lucy and fucking Friends, repeats of them, or they just don't give a shit. They could care less, See, now that's the problem, okay? We're considered conspiracy theorists. But the real definition for conspiracy theorists should be that the fact that these people who are trained, that are NPCs, okay, can't find out what the truth is and can't handle what the truth is and how dark and corrupt everything is. Hollywood. Oh, God. I have the 3 S's for them. Yes, I do. If I can think of it in a second. Sold out. Oh, satanic, sold out, scumbags. There you go. That's the 3 S's I like to call Hollywood. That's it. That's all. That sums up Hollywood right there. 3 S's. S to the 3rd power. Fucking A, man. Fucking A. Everything is bullshit. Every single thing is bullshit. Oh, okay, so here we are in 1901. We're sitting in front of a fireplace with a candle, and then boom! 65 years later, we're driving around with fucking cars. We got telephones calling from the moon. And then bring us to fast forward to 2022. Look at this. We got phones that have more power than the Apollo 11 could ever have. The technology has just gone through the roof, and everybody accepts it. They think that that's what we've done. But yet, our ancient civilizations created the pyramids. They created the Sphinx. All these imaginary, Grand Central Station, the palaces out in Paris, and all that. We created all of that, right? Yeah, sure. I'm sure we did. Go to Egypt, take a look at the pyramids, stand in front of it, and then take a look around you. Okay, and look at the people that are around you. You're telling me that they made that? What about the stones that are so close together you couldn't even stick a piece of paper through it? We created that. No, those were ancient civilizations, people. Okay? Those are ancient civilizations that we just stumbled across and said, oh, yeah, that's ours. Yeah, we built that. I don't know. 1000 BC, I think, is when we created it. And make up a history for it, too. And put it in the history book so everybody looks at it and says, yeah, that makes sense. That was us. We built that. The Egyptians built that. The Greeks built this. The Romans built that. Yeah. They all built it. No. They were ancient civilizations that were here sharing the exact spot and piece of real estate that we're on right now. Okay? And they were destroyed. Somehow or another, they figured out that they live on flat land and not on a spinning wet ball. Yeah, well, maybe they weren't even ever told that. Maybe we are the first civilizations that is living off of this lie bullshit that these people have put out there to make you feel like you're nothing, okay? To make you feel like you're insignificant and you have absolutely no power at all to change anything in your life. And you must obey and you must do what they say you should do. If you don't obey, you will be punished. Tired of this shit, People gotta wake up. They gotta wake the fuck up and see what is being dealt in front of them. See the lie that's there. Okay? You think Biden got into the presidency accidentally with votes? Do you think the condition of this country is the way it is because this is what they wanted? Well, actually, it is what they wanted. And that's why Biden's never gone down to the border, because it's going exactly as planned. Why go down there? It looks great. Doesn't it? It looks terrific. It's exactly... So he's not lying in a sense. When he says, yeah, the border's great. And because that's exactly what they wanted. Oh, fuck, man. Hollywood, everything is bullshit. It's unbelievable. All of life is nonsense. All of it. So it's happy. Happy is bringing up a family. Happy is having yourself and knowing what you live on. Okay, that's happiness. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.